If you're like most people, you have a general belief that when you sign a contract, you always have a 3-day right to cancel. Sometimes they call it a cooling off period or a 3-day right of rescission. But did you know that that is generally not true? And in fact, that there's only a handful of contracts that allow for a 3-day termination period. My name's Peter Lamont. I'm a business and personal law attorney, and I make videos like this to try to help our viewers have a better understanding of some of the intricacies of the law. In addition, I am the host of UTL Radio, Understanding the Law Radio, which is a weekly show, and we have live YouTube legal question and answer sessions on a weekly basis. So I encourage you to take a look at them. Head on over to utlradio.com to get more information. But for now, let's get back to today's topic and talk about this 3-day right of rescission that everyone just expects is built into a contract. Well, here's the truth. There's federal law and then there's individual state laws. The federal law, through the Federal Trade Commission, has built into certain types of contracts an automatic 3-day right of rescission. So door-to-door salesman, or trade show sales, or you go to a high-pressured vacation club seminar. Those sorts of contracts under federal law, you have an automatic 3-day right of rescission. But that's, generally speaking, it. And the same holds true for most states. The states generally comply with the FTC guidelines concerning trade shows and door-to-door sales. But did you know that if you sign a membership at a health club and then decide that you don't like it or they don't have exactly what you need, you don't have an automatic 3-day right of rescission. You're bound by the terms of that contract. The only ones, aside from the door-to-door salesman, that are very, very prevalent throughout the United States are contracts involving sale of real estate and home improvement contracting. Oftentimes, like for example, New York and New Jersey, California, they have a 3-day right of rescission for home improvement contracts. But that's it. So what I'm saying is that there's only limited circumstances where you have an automatic 3-day right of rescission. The general rule is that when you sign a contract, you're bound by the terms. So the next time you go into a health club or you sign up for a book club, make sure you read the terms of the agreement, because you're generally not permitted a 3-day right of rescission. You're bound by the terms of that contract, and if you stop paying, they're going to sue you for breach of contract and try to collect all the money that would have been due over the period of the contract. So for example, you pay $20 a month to a health club, you sign an annual membership, and you want to cancel that contract, you just stop paying, they're going to sue you for the balance of the year, even though you're not making use of the facility. So be very careful. And there's this general statement that attorneys often say, which is, well, if you have a contract, have it reviewed by an attorney. And that's true for businesses. That's true for major purchases like real estate. But come on, it's not practical to go into a gym, take a contract, and say, wait a minute, I want to show it to my attorney. That's just silly. So what you really need to do is you yourself read the terms and conditions of the contract and understand, as I'm telling you in today's video, that you don't have an automatic 3-day right of rescission. So read the contract, make sure that it's got what you need in the facility before you agree to it, because it's not practical to have everything reviewed by a lawyer. And that's silly when attorneys say, well, you should have had it reviewed by a lawyer. Well, you're going to just keep a lawyer in your back pocket and have him review everything everywhere you go? No. You know, the next time the Boy Scouts come and they want you to buy cookies and you sign a little contract with the Boy Scouts, you're going to have your attorney review it? Absolutely not. But you can protect yourself by making sure that you understand, A, you generally do not have a 3-day right of rescission, and B, read the contract. I know it's tedious and sometimes the print is so little, but take your time and read the contract before you sign it. Now, if you have more questions about contracts or about a 3-day cooling off period, give me a call, 973-949-3770, or you can send me an email directly at plamont@peterlamontesq.com. I'd be happy to answer your question or to give you some additional information concerning this topic. Also, I want to remind you, go to utlradio.com and you'll see a programming schedule. We have 4 live shows throughout the week that help people understand some of the intricacies of law. And we ask for your participation, feedback, and comments. So head on over to that site and check out our programming schedule and then join in the conversation. And as always, your feedback is critical to me as an attorney and as someone who provides these informational videos, because I want to know if the topics that I'm addressing are topics you're interested in. If you have requests or you want some additional information, just post your comment in the comment box below and I'll do a video that answers your question. But your feedback is critical, and it is really very much appreciated. So until next time, I want to thank you, and remember that there's power in understanding the law.